And welcome back, Griffin sports fans, to this week's episode of the Fall and Winter Sportscast. I'm your host, Charlie Sample, bringing you everything Mo West sports. Let's dive right in, shall we? Starting us off is men's and women's cross country is set to begin their second meet of the season on Saturday, September 20th. They will be competing in the Southern Stampede in Joplin, Missouri. Women will begin at 8 a.m. with the men to follow at 8:45. Good luck to the runners. Well, the women's basketball schedule has officially come out. Their first game is an exhibition match in Omaha, Nebraska against Creighton University. That game will be played on Wednesday, October 22nd. More on that as we get closer. Well, next up we have women's golf. Their next event is the Newman Invitational in Newton, Kansas. That will be held between September 29th to the 30th. Good luck to the Griffins and the golfers as there is right around the corner. Women's tennis is finally underway as they head to Edmond, Oklahoma for the ITA Regional Championships this Friday to this Sunday. That is September 19th through the 21st. Good luck to the tennis players out there, and we'll have those results for you all on the next show, so stay tuned. Well, now let's take a look into our new sporting results, starting with football. Griffin Media staff member Morgan Strew went out to Spratt Stadium for the home opener for the Griffins. Let's see what she found out.
Missouri Western hosted the Missouri S&T Miners for their home opener at Spratt Stadium. The game was played Saturday, September 13th at 6 p.m. The Griffins held the Miners scoreless for 3 quarters and would end up ringing the bell with a 27-10 victory over the Miners. The Griffins got off to an early start with a 22-yard pass from Donovan to Kitab, resulting in a touchdown. The Griffins kept the fire going by scoring 2 more touchdowns to end the half, up 24-0 after a field goal from Springer. Head coach Tyler Fenwick highlights what he saw from the first half.
Some good moments. We had some things show up, and I thought the first half, overcoming the penalties and digging ourselves out of those and finishing drives, that was good to see. I thought we threw the ball pretty well. We had, it was good to see Demir go up and get a ball in the end zone. I think he's starting to kind of feel a little bit more comfortable in the offense.
Springer added another field goal for the Griffins, extending the lead 27-0. The Miners would end up scoring 10 points in the fourth, but it wasn't enough as the Griffins pulled out the win. Senior Keenan Gaskin talked about what the team has been doing over the last couple of weeks in preparation for Missouri S&T.
We meshed more together. We was able to watch film. We had a bye week, so we watched more film than we usually would be able to. And so we was able to just find out what we did wrong and just correct them throughout those extra practices we had got with the bye week.
Junior quarterback Kane Donovan had a phenomenal game through the air. He threw for 260 yards and 3 touchdowns on a completion percentage of 62. Missouri Western is set to begin MIAA play at home against Central Missouri on Saturday, September 20th at 6 p.m. This has been Morgan Strew, Griffin Media.
Thanks, Morgan. Let's take a look at those stats from the game. Well, looking at the stats from that game in the home opener against S&T, Kane Donovan as the passing quarterback there, 21 of 34, 260 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. An incredible game from Donovan. Rushing-wise, rushing leader was Jaden Williams, 7 attempts, 59 yards, 0 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Demir Abdullah, 4 receptions, 60 yards, and a touchdown. And then your tackle leader, well, no surprise there, Keenan Gaskin, 6 total tackles and a 1 tackle for loss. So that's the stats from that game. Now let's look at the stats in total. Let's look at stat leaders real quick here. There you go. There's our stat leaders on the season. Passing-wise, of course, Kane Donovan is the guy, 36 of 61 on the year, 486 total yards, 5 touchdowns, and an interception. Great start for Kane Donovan, excited to see. Rushing-wise is very interesting to me. Merrill Fallon is currently the leader, 21 attempts for 110 yards, 0 touchdowns. The only rushing touchdown there coming from Ricky Dunn on the season so far. Receiving-wise, Bryce Marcus III, 6 receptions, 143 yards, and a touchdown. And in fact, Bryce Marcus is the receiving yard leader, but Demir Abdullah, Isaac Kitab, Michael Haggerty, and Bryce Page all have a receiving touchdown of their own. They're just not leading in yards there as Bryce Marcus is. Tackling-wise, you have, of course, Keenan Gaskin, 16 total tackles on the season, 2 of those being tackles for losses. And then your sack leader there, you can't see it on the screen, but that's going to be Brock Worcester, or sack leader with 1. And there's also lots of half sacks on the season. Missouri Western's next game will be played this Saturday at home against the MIAA opponent Central Missouri. The game will begin at 6 p.m., and it's turned back to clock night for the 1975 team. So come on out, bring the energy, and cheer these Griffins on. Yeah, phenomenal start to the season to go. You lose the ranked match against Augustana. That's okay. We move past that. You go and open up the home opener with S&T. An absolutely incredible first half from the Griffins, 24 points scored thanks to Morgan Strue's coverage there. But then the second half was kind of a fall off. You only get a field goal there to end with 27 total points, and you give up a touchdown to S&T, but not too much to worry about because you had that leading room in points. So they end up getting the win overall. So I think you just come out with a stronger second half against these MIAA opponents, and you'll have a pretty successful season in my eyes. A big thing for me was the rushing thing. Is we don't really have a designated running back at the moment. A lot of people are getting touches in that backfield. Ricky Dunn, Merrill Fountain, as you saw, is the leader right now. Ricky Dunn with the touchdown. Brandon Hall, of course, your fifth-year guy. There's options. Jane Williams, rushing leader in the game against S&T. There's a lot of people that can run the rock out there in that backfield, so good to see everyone getting a chance out there until we find our guy, and excited to see who we picked to have that. So we did that. Let's go ahead and look on to men's golf results. We'll go ahead and look into men's golf. The men's golf have completed their second event of the season in the 26th NSU Men's Classic. They placed 15th or 20th in the competition with a score of 870, 18 over par. And as you see there, Parker Boggins was the first place for the Griffins, tied for 21st, 212, 1 under par. So congratulations to Boggins on the competition. Their next event will be here in St. Joseph at the St. Joseph Country Club from October 6th to October 7th. Good luck to the Griffins. Yeah, not the best way you want to start the season in those first two competitions, but the season's just getting rolling. You had Boggins there, 1 under par there, so he had a good competition out there. And now you head on and you're going to be playing here at home in the St. Joseph Country Club. So you have that advantage and all that. Let's just get a move past those first two competitions and go into this one ready to roll. Let's look at soccer. Well, here's our soccer results as of late. S&T was played on September 12th, and the Griffins would get the win there 2-1. And then the next one was William Jewell on the 16th, and they'd win that one pretty dominantly 5-0. So there's your last two games for Missouri Western. Pretty incredible start to their season, sitting at 4-0-1. So haven't lost one just yet. Let's look at those stats on the season. So there's our stat leaders here. Goal leader as of now is Aiden Woodall, but we have a lot of people that do have a solo goal, but Aiden Woodall leading the team with 2. Assist leader, Kendall Kinsley, 4 assists there. And as you can see, well, Kendall Kinsley is the go-to leader in most categories as of now, as she leads points as well with 6 and a total of 9 shots on goal. So Kendall Kinsley really moving that ball around. Goalkeeping-wise, of course, is going to be Morgan Bird. She has 10 saves on the season. So yeah, Griffins now sit at 4-0-1 with their next match being played on Friday, September 26th in Claremore, Oklahoma. It will be the start of MIAA play for the Griffins as they face Rogers State, who is winless on the season. Yeah, so again, incredible start to the soccer season, and as I've been seeing from most of these fall and winter sports is we're going to have an entertaining fall sportscast here. Very good things to talk about all these teams, and we're just glad. We're glad to have those good results, and we're happy to bring that all for you every week. So yeah, soccer's rolling pretty well, and going into Rogers State, who haven't won a game just yet. I think Missouri Western can be a little bit more lenient on this one. They got it. I think they got it in the bag, but you never know. Don't ever look down on the competition, of course. But these ladies are playing really aggressively, and 5-0 victory against William Jewell. They're now learning how to work as a team again in their senior campaign. So let's see them roll, man. But let's look at volleyball in their tournament. All right, well, looking at the 2025 Premier Challenge for the volleyball team, I did say last week that it was a challenge, but maybe I underestimated this team a little too much. They would face off against number 2 Angelo State in the first game there, and they would win 3-1, so an incredible win there. And then they would face off against the number 11 team in the country, Concordia St. Paul, right after that, and they would win that one 3-1. And there was 4 games played, but I can only put 3 on the screen. So I did skip over one, and that was the next day they played West Florida, and they would lose that one 1-3. And then the third play, and then this was the Wayne State game was the gold bracket third place game, and Wayne State would win that one 3-1, leaving Missouri Western winless on the day. Let's look at our stat leaders as of now. Looking at our stat leaders, Emma Salker is the point leader at 111.5 points. Kill leader, Taylor Russell, 94 kills. Assist leader, Haley Barksey, 196 digs, assists. Dig leader, Anna Weberg, 167 digs. Block leader, Emma Salker, of 33 blocks. We have people all right behind him, though, so could be a tough battle going on for the team there, which is not a bad problem. Missouri Western is now ranked at number 21, though, in the country, courtesy of their big wins in the Premier Challenge. So huge congrats to the team for their hard work thus far. Their next tournament is the Truman State Tournament in Kirksville, Missouri, September 19th through the 20th. They have Truman State and William Jewell on the 19th, and then Rockhurst on the 20th. Yeah, a big way to start the season for sure. 6-2 on the year, and now you're ranked at number 21 in the country. And I didn't talk about it, but Wayne State and West Florida were not ranked at the time they played Missouri Western. But after they both defeated Missouri Western, they are now ranked, and in fact, they're ranked above Missouri Western, top 25 in the country. So technically, if you really look at it, in those 4 games they played in Denver, Colorado, they faced all ranked opponents. Technically, because they're all ranked now. So, and including Missouri Western. So that's a huge win for the team to come out of that 6-2 on the season and now go to this Truman State tournament. High energy, and this team, anyone can score. You saw it on the screen, and those are just the leaders. Everyone else is right behind them in the stats. So it's a very competitive team, and they're all going to go out there and work their hardest and score points as they're competing here soon this weekend. That is all I have for you guys on this episode of the Sportscast. Make sure to check us out on social media at Griffin News. Download the Griffin News app today or check out our website at griffinnews.com. Thank you all for tuning in. My name is Charlie Sample, and I'll be seeing you all next week.